So Jaden Ivey comes out, bro. He comes out. He went on an online rant. Went on an online rant about his beliefs and how he perceives the NBA, and he talked about a very valuable player to the NBA and Steph Curry. My man got my man E here. E, was that a crash out? Or was that violent?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. My guy was preaching, bro.
He was preaching. Okay. Now he was preaching. All right, listen. Here's the thing, right? He was preaching. He was preaching his truth, and that's fair. But I'm a fine believer in you can have everything you want in this world, just not at the same time. Right? He has a job. He feels as though he had a job to do, right? He felt as though, look, this is my truth. This is what I want to say. This is how it's going to go. The NBA has their truth as well. They have a responsibility as well. They cater to many communities, right? Some of those communities he don't agree with. But once you sign that contract, once you say, I want to be a part of your community, you got to abide by their rules. Now he says, hey, I don't want to do any of that, right? I understand that. And I truly believe that there's some truth into what he's saying. But if we're talking about that level of spirituality, we're talking about that level. God gave you a tool to play basketball. You don't got to participate in everything the NBA does. You don't, right? He give you a tool, a basketball, you make money. You could have built 100 churches with that money. Now, you on YouTube. I mean, listen, I'm not knocking what he's saying, though, eh? I'm not knocking what he's saying. There's some, whatever is his truth is his truth. That's not my business. But you got to understand how business work, though. Do you think the NBA was wrong on that?
Nah, I don't think the NBA was wrong on cutting him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the NBA not wrong, bro. They got a responsibility to uphold, too.
Yeah.
I want y'all to all to understand this. When you say, I want to go higher up in life, I want to make more money, unless you got your own product, your own services that caters to the people you believe who should be catered to, there's boundaries that you got to stay away from. And we all seen this story before with these professional leagues. How you think they get funded? You think that you think that the commissioner take it out of his pocket and fund everything? No, sponsorships, collaborations. That's how they get funded. You think everybody believe in the same thing? No. So when you in that world, you gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect it, man. But look, man, shout out to him, man.
Do you see him finding a way back to the NBA, back on another team?
Listen.
Following an apology, let's say he comes out and he apologizes. Whatever the case may be. You think he's done?
I ain't never seen nobody apologize and make it back.
Kyrie,
listen, now, there are different rules for different people. Right? How much money does Jaden Ivey make for the NBA?
Okay, that's tough.
How many sneakers, how many pairs of Jaden Ivey's? Let me ask you this. Since you said he was preaching and you agree with him, Jaden Ivey comes out with merch.
Yeah.
You gonna grab the merch?
Nah, I ain't gonna grab the
See, this is what I'm saying. You got to make sure you got a strong following before you make those moves. Kaepernick ain't do nothing wrong when he took that knee, but you know what he did, though? He did it at the wrong time. You supposed to have been doing that when you was the head guy for the Niners. You just did it at the wrong time. My man Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, formerly known as Chris Jackson, he ain't do nothing wrong. He just did it for the wrong organization at the wrong time. Michael Jordan, that guy, they coming out. They just got one of the biggest deals of all time at that time. I think I believe it's 600 million. And you out here turning your back on the flag. You don't want to do the Pledge of Allegiance. He ain't do nothing wrong. But you play for Denver Nuggets, bro. Nobody watching them. They ain't gonna miss you. You feel me? So you gotta know how to play the game. You gotta play the game so you can change the game. See, Jaden Ivey, if you would have been a 30-point scorer and then said that, now you would have said this. Now you would have been really preaching, because now you got a following, right? You doing that for the Bulls? Hey, who this? Bulls make the second round, third round, conference finals next year, led by you. Then you get an online rant. You lit. We all gonna be born again at that point.
Now with the guys that you mentioned,
Like
in the
Moudou?
past, yeah, it does seem from my recollection, it seems like this is something that's been with them for a cool little minute. With Jaden Ivey, I feel like this came out of nowhere. At least for me, I feel like this online rant came out of nowhere. And do you think it's something mental health related, or you think it's...
You know what? I'm not going to say it's mental health related, because I think that's unfair to say. Like, if people feel strongly about their beliefs, I don't think it's mental health. Like, I don't think we can just chalk it up to that. But it could come off as that. I can understand, because it's coming out of nowhere. Like, it's coming out of nowhere, and, you know, I believe from what I've seen and what I've read, you know, he was in the NBA for a while, and he found this space, right?
Yeah.
Which is fair. Like, most times when people do find another walk of life, they do feel like, yo, like they're excited about it. They want to tell everyone about it. They don't want to keep it to themselves. And he's young, and you never know his guidance. You never know what people telling him. You never know what made him go that route, you know, or going about it that way. I'm not saying that he's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's wrong. What I am saying is that there's steps to this, right?
Yeah.
You got to understand your power. You got to understand where you are. Everyone's not going to believe in the same things you believe in, man. You know?
Yeah.
I'm your boy, Sean Sugar. It's just a real hooper show. I got my guy E here, man. As you can see, we talking real hoops, but that kind of stuff is off the court stuff. We do talk the off the court stuff. But let's get to some on the court stuff, E. Let's get to some on the court stuff, my boy. You listen, we all know I'm a fan. I'm a LeBron fan. LeBron James gets another milestone, passes another milestone. This time he passes himself. He passes himself for the oldest player to record a triple-double.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
The oldest player to record a triple-double. This year alone, he has 3 triple-doubles. He has 2 of them in the month of March.
Yeah.
2 of them in the month of March. He's on the 4th. He's 4th on the list, 4th all-time when it comes to triple-doubles. He has 125 right now. Russell Westbrook has 209. I don't think he's going to catch them. I don't think he's going to catch them. He ain't going to catch them. He ain't going to catch Russell. Nikola Jokic, 194. Oscar Robertson, 181, and Magic Johnson with 138 triple doubles. Listen, man, and these ain't baby triple doubles neither. This ain't no baby triple double. In the month of February, he had 28, 10, and 12 as a 41-year-old. As a 41-year-old, the other night, March 30th, 21, 10, and 12. Like this is something a 41-year-old is doing, and guys are going back, oh, it's longevity. Well, if it's longevity, how come he's 4th? There's been 5,000 people to play in the league. But he's the only one who played 23. No, he's not. There's some people that play longer than him. There's people who played 20 years. Garnett played 21. He ain't 4th. He ain't 5th. He ain't 2. No, he ain't on there. So we gonna keep trying to dumb it down and pretend like longevity is easy. How you gonna keep pretending like at what point we say, yo? Like, think about this. You can't even be at your job for more than 10 years without wanting to go somewhere else. After your first paycheck, you lose the enthusiasm for your job. He a billionaire, still finding enthusiasm. He don't even got to do it. And we're going to keep trying to make it seem like, oh, this is just longevity. Getting triple doubles? No, I just think we spoil. I just think we all spoiled now. We spoiled with the talent that we see. I remember when Jason Kidd get a triple-double. Oh, my goodness, Jason Kidd got a triple-double. That's crazy. Being I'm in high school thinking like this. Now anybody, Giddy get a triple-double. Luka did triple-double. Everybody getting triple-doubles. Like Jokic averages a triple-double. It was crazy to think someone can average a triple-double. And when Oscar Robertson did it, now somebody did it 4 times. I think Jokic's going in, his 3rd year averaging a triple-double?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. We just a little spoiled now. But we ain't going to pretend like longevity is something that everyone can do, because that ain't the case. You got something for me, E?
Nah, I ain't got nothing for you right now.
You a Lakers fan.
Yeah, you know it, bro.
You a Lakers fan. And were you one of them people like, oh, he getting paid $50 million. They could have gave that to somebody else.
Nah, I was bleeding brown, bro.
Yeah,
I
bro.
was bleeding brown, bro.
Yeah, they could have got 2 youngsters to do what? Do the same, giving you the same stats he doing by himself? One youngster would have gave him 12 rebounds. One youngster. Look, here's the thing about it, right? The other youngster wouldn't even give you 10 assists because Luka got the ball most of the time. Brian finding ways to score, give rebounds, and get assists as a 3rd option. So you can't tell me there's another person in the league that would play off the ball and was going to get you 10 assists. Right? Yeah. Now, you are the points may vary, but tell me the youngster who's going to get you, what are you averaging right now? 19, 21 points?
I believe so. Let me check.
Like, tell me the youngster who would have got you that with Reeds.
Yeah, he's averaging 20 points this season.
Like, come on, man. That $50 million well spent, man. I like it, bro. I like it, man. We using that. Man, look, I know a little ghetto today, man. Look, I'm using my phone, so you gotta forgive me, man. My computer is being occupied right now. But it's all good. You got your boy here, man. So SGA is a foul merchant, so they say. He had 25 free throw attempts against Detroit the other night. Detroit attempted 23 of them. Detroit attempted 23 free throws. Matter of fact, SGA has attempted 41 free throws in the last 2 games. That's more free throws than the Knicks and the Pistons combined. They have 40 free throws combined. Do you find a problem with that, E? Do you find a problem with SGA shooting 25 free throws a game?
Nah, bro. They got to start fouling SGA, bro.
Yeah,
they got to start fouling SGA, or they got to start calling ticky-tack fouls. I don't think it's SGA's fault.
Yeah, I don't think that's SGA's fault. I do think they call ticky-tack foul. But that same game they did call a push-off on them, though. They was like, all right, we gave you enough, bro. It was a push-off, though. It was a crazy stiff arm. It wasn't even a controversial one.
But that's what he does, though.
He got to stop that.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, I like the new NBA. I like the young guys, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like the officiating. I just don't understand it. Maybe like I know they changed some rules, but when you used to extend this, yeah, man, that was a charge.
But literally, I forgot. I think it was a kid off of the Kings. He did the same thing. It was
they do that though. They all do it.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is that. What is it? Is it a charge? Are we Heisman stiff arm? What's going on?
I
feel I'm just confused. Like I don't mind. Listen, y'all gonna change the rules? At least announce it. Like at least announce the rules. Yo, you remember that travel? Now you can jump. Now you can go 2 steps to a jump stop, then take another 2 steps.
I see what you're saying.
At least tell us so we aware.
Yeah.
Now we just sit at the TV. We refs. We was watching the TV. Travel. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a travel right there. Yo, he moved his pivot foot. What? That's a travel. Like we reacting crazy over it, man. I mean, I don't got no problem with it. I just need an announcement. Come on, bro. Put it on ESPN, do something, bro. Like, why we gotta go Google it and find it? You gotta tell us.
Yeah.
Like, even the broadcasters, they can surprise. Ooh, that was a crazy move. That's an intro. They can't knock the referees. They gotta be passive aggressive. that was an interesting move they did. Interesting. So, bro, just say it. Hey, Mark Crawford, go ahead and say it, bro. Just say it was a travel, bro. You don't got to keep saying, oh, that was interesting. That was an interesting move that he did. Right? No, come on, man. We sitting here watching it. But here's the thing. I'm not mad at Luka. Not Luka, excuse me. I'm not mad at SGA because it's not like he's leading the league in free throws. Yeah. Luka's leading the league in free throws. And y'all don't say he a foul. Is he a foul merchant? Is that a trending thing too, Luka?
Nah, Luka's no foul merchant, bro.
Because here's the thing. But see, that's how crazy media narratives are. Like, I never heard somebody say Luka's a foul merchant, but he averaged more free throws.
Yeah.
Than SGA.
Yo, Luka just knows how to get to the line. You know what I'm saying?
I think SGA does the same.
Nah, but Luka does it better though, as you just stated.
I didn't say that. I just say he just averaged more. I didn't say he did it better. I'm just saying at the end of the day, they both get to the line a lot. Both get to the line a lot. But even that's crazy to have get to the free throw line 10 times.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think the players are soft. I just think the rules are crazy. I mean, but they're not the first to do it. Wilt Chamberlain get a lot of praises, and he shot 17 a game back in 62, in 1962. In one season, he shot over 1,000 free throws, over 1,300 free throws. Over 1,300.
Yeah, that boy Wilt cheating, bro.
Yeah, listen, bro. Yeah, Wilt different. We're gonna get into that, man. But look, most of the players who've had the most free throw attempts, the top 25 guys, they not even the young guys. They don't get to the young guys to Dwight Howard at 17 on a top 25 list of the most attempts. And then maybe James Harden, 24, not maybe, it is 24th on the list. And that's sources by stat moves. So at the end of the day, it's not the craziest thing. Shoot, he didn't even shoot the most free throws this season. You know who shot the most free throws this season? Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo. The record killer. Whatever. 85-point scorer. You know?
83.
Oh, 83?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. 83-point scorer, man. You know, so, shoot, and he attempted what? 43 of them. 43 free throws. So it's just different, man. I had to dig a little deep though. I went a little crazy on this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I ain't gonna spend too much time. I literally had to figure out where the whole origin of free throws came from. So obviously, you know, James Naismith, he discovered basketball. He found basketball, right?
Yep.
So, you know, did you know before you was like it was a foul, you were straight to the line. You had to foul 3 consecutive times, and they gave you a basket. You didn't even get a free throw yet. But it was too violent, though. It was too crazy. So they was like, no, we got to change that. Then in the 1950s, right, when they implemented the free throw line, they had to expand the key because they didn't want the bigger guys to dominate. They didn't want the bigger guys to dominate it. So at one point, field goals used to be 3 points, and fouls used to be 1 point. Well, the foul still is 1 point.
Yeah.
The free throw line was 20 feet away at 1 point, and it was rewarded as a field goal when you scored it.
Yeah.
In 1895, they changed it to 15 feet. 15 feet, and there was 1 point, and then 2 points for the field goal.
Okay.
At one point, right? If you got fouled, but you was a terrible free throw shooter, we can pick somebody off the bench to shoot the free throw.
Like my team?
Yeah, so we would pick the best free throw shooter at that point.
Okay.
So it was almost good as goal. It was almost good as a point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, players didn't even shoot. Players started shooting their own free throws in 1924. From 1939 to 1952, people could decline the free throw and just get the point.
What you mean decline the free throw?
They can say, no, we don't want the free. We don't want the free. No, they could not to get the points. They can decline it and just get the ball out of bounds.
Okay.
Like, nah, we don't want to. If it was like a bad shooter, they'd be like, nah, you know what? Let's just take the ball out of bounds, bro. Let's just take the ball out of bounds.
Okay.
But Now, when it comes to Wilt Chamberlain, right?
Uh,
I'm a little suspicious about Wilt. Because something ain't adding up. Maybe my mentality's messed up, but something ain't adding up. I'm just every time I look at a record in the record books or whatnot, you always see Wilt and it's something crazy. He averaged 50 points. 50 points. That means it was nights he getting 65. He getting 70, 80 points, and then his nights he just like, yo, I had an off night, man. I had 30. I had 30, man. It was something light, bro. Then in addition to that, he had 23 rebounds. He wasn't even the first 7-footer. He wasn't the first basketball player. So nobody just figured out, like, yo, you know what? Let's just double him. Like, we're going to lose. Let's lose. But I lose to somebody that's giving 100 to us. If we're going to get, like, if somebody else going to get the rebound, like, this does not let it be him. Like, because that's my thought process as a coach. Anybody but him. We not letting you get 23 rebounds, bro. 100 points? Like, to this day, he still holds the record. He still holds the record. People not even scratch. Listen how crazy it is, right? Bam Adebayo is the closest one to his 100 points. He's 17 points away. That's some people career highs. That's some people good games in the NBA. 17 points. He's 17. That was like, when seeing Kobe Bryant is one of the most skilled players we've ever seen in our lives. He scored 81. And that was tough. That was hard to do. Bam Adebayo had to do all type of antics to get his 83. They had to foul other people. They had to do something. And he only got 83. Wilt had 100. Wilt averaged 50. That means that's an average, bro.
yeah.
Dog, 50 is people milestones. He averaged that. That stuff is insane, bro. Man, Pat Beverley still crashing out, man. Do you hear Pat Beverley? First it was James Harden better than D Wade. Now it's Dame Lillard's not a Hall of Famer. Is Dame Lillard a Hall of Famer, E?
Yeah, to me, Damian Lillard is a Hall of Famer, bro.
I mean, he should be a Hall of Famer to anybody at this point, right?
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's already in the top 75 of all time, top 75 players of all time, and he was entered on that list in 2021. He's a 9-time All-Star. Let me read this off. 9-time All-Star, 7-time NBA first team, 2000, not 7-time NBA first team, 7 All NBA teams, and he was on the first team in 2018. 2013 Rookie of the Year, All-Star MVP. He's won the three-point contest 3 times, 71 points in a game, averaged over 25 points per game in his career. In the 2020, he averaged 30 points. He had 2 big shots to close out a series, that Houston series and the OKC series. This is the issue that I have when it comes to ring culture, right? And I feel like ring culture is necessary, right? But to a certain extent. This is when the whole real hooper brand come in at, right? If you're a real hooper, you play basketball in your life, you know how hard it is to win a championship. Have you ever won a championship, E?
Nah, I never.
Dang. Dang. I was hopeful. Have you ever played like rec, YMCA, Boys and Girls Club?
Nah, yeah, still never won championship.
Did you play though?
Yeah, I played.
All right, bet. Which one you played in? YMCA?
No, Park League.
Park League.
Yeah, I was like, what's that? 4th, 5th grade.
4th, 5th grade.
Yeah.
And you didn't win a championship, right?
No.
It was hard. Well, why you didn't win a championship in the Park League?
I forgot to be. It was a while ago, bro.
All right, listen. My man been walking the earth for 24 years and didn't even win a Park League championship. You know how hard it is to win the championship, man? Like, that's circumstantial. Like, you don't even know. You could have been just a simple soul trying to be a better basketball player, right? And it could have been another group over there that just organized a better team than your coach. Yep. And they just won the championship that year. Mm-hmm. That's all. That at the end of the day, that's what it sometimes boils down to when it comes to championships. Yes, marquee players matter, but when you talk about individual resumes, you can't hold a team, a GM's decision, a team decision against one person. Michael Jordan, yes, he finished 6-0, but let's be clear. Michael Jordan was considered the GOAT, the best player we ever seen when he beat the Lakers. That was his first title. So we can't sit here and be like, oh, man, the rings, you got to have a ring. Damian Lillard is, man, listen, bro. Damian Lillard is one of the best. I said this before. He's obviously top 10 point guard of all time. The only reason why I'm struggling to say top 5, because I think I still believe in the point guard position in an old school way. However, that mindset for me has to evolve. I have Magic Johnson as my first point guard. Steph Curry. Steph Curry is 2. If we're going to rank him a point guard, I'm going to rank him a point guard. Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is my 3rd. Yeah, right there, bro. That's where I'm Dame Lillard or Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul. Like those 3 is it gets tough because Chris Paul was a true point guard. He was a true point guard. He flourished in every era without the athleticism. Mm-hmm. Russell Westbrook is the first of his kind. I don't think he's one of a kind, but I do think he's the first of his kind. And Dame Lillard, man, let's be clear. Dame Lillard is just as good as a shooter as Steph Curry.
Yep.
He's just as good, right? Mm-hmm. The only difference is the systems that they were in. I think Steph Curry's a better off-screen shooter than him, but Dame Lillard can still make up for being able to create his own shot, get to the basket, step backs, his creativity. He still can hit shots. So Dame Lillard is just as good. So who am I to say, all right, we go Magic, Steph, Jason Kidd, Dame Russell, Chris Paul, like you know what I'm saying? I'm a little taken back. So it's tough for me because Russell Westbrook, he gave you 4 seasons of triple doubles. Did he win? Did Dame win? Chris Paul win? Who y'all want to be like? Oh, John Stockton. What about he's the true point? He was the truest point guards. He ain't win neither. He was on the same team the whole time. He ain't win neither. He went to the finals. So I guess you put John Stockton in there. I put John Stockton there. I put John Stockton my 4th. Just because of true point guards.
Yeah.
True point guards. Like John Stockton was a thing in the 90s, bro. Mm-hmm. If you can get a John Stockton on your team, you was grateful. You was super grateful. Listen, I'm a coach right now, bro. And I'll say this. I pray I get a John Stockton. So John Stockton's my 4th. But then that 5th spot get a little tricky between those 3. Dame Lillard, Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook. It becomes what it becomes. I guess the criteria would have to be who was a better point guard, like traditional point guard at that point.
There you go, Chris Paul, right?
You got to go Chris Paul.
Yeah.
So Chris Paul will be my 5th. Then we go, okay, modern day point guards. Who would I want at the point? I got to go Dame because although Russell gave me triple doubles, Dame didn't turn the ball over as much.
Yeah.
Dame's shot was more consistent. So I go Dame, and then I got to go Russell Westbrook.
Now, I got a question about Dame. Throughout NBA history, there's only like 2 small guards to lead a team to a championship, Isaiah Thomas and Steph Curry. Do you think Damian Lillard, if he was presented It was presented as a championship team. Do you think Damian Lillard will be one would have carried a team?
I think he would have carried the team if he was had a championship pedigree around him.
Yeah.
I believe so. I believe he was ready to do that. I think he was in a position to do so. But the problem with Damian Lillard is the organization, man. Like, that's the thing. Is it Dame who didn't want to win, or is it the Portland Trailblazers who didn't want to win? They haven't won a championship since 1977. They haven't won a championship since 1977. They haven't smelled the championship since 1992. So now we say it's Dame's fault? We just read the stats. What else do you want him to get? Only thing he didn't get is MVP of the league. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's Dame not trying to. I just think, like you said, if he was presented with a championship team, where would he be? He spent 10 years of loyalty to the Blazers. He tried to go to the Bucks, then got injured. Bucks waived him. All right, this is enough, bro. You about to go on year 13. Yeah. We don't need that contract. We might as well start rebuilding. We trying to rebuild around Giannis. And it is what it is. I mean, shoot. Luka going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Luka going crazy right now. And by the time he's done, he might be top 3 point guard all time. Top 3?
See, that's tricky. I feel like Luka, he kind of mixes in that.
You call him a shooting guard?
No. Like, he mixes in that scoring guard.
Right.
But he can also pass the ball and facilitate as well and make the correct reads.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's a little bit of a mixture of both.
So that's what I'm saying, though. So at what point do you say, all right, we gotta get away from the idea that the point guards always need to be a floor general, a person who didn't shoot the ball as much as everyone else. I still have Magic. I still have Curry. Curry has broken that mold. And then I go Jason Kidd. And then we go Stockton. Then we go Chris Paul for me. They get traditional point guards. But at what point do we say, okay, look, we got to change the criteria when it comes to traditional point guards? Because now, as you can see, the traditional point guard or the point guards who run in the league right now are the scoring guards. Kay Cunningham, SGA, Luka. These are 20. Luka and SGA alone are averaging over 30 points a game as a point guard. 2 point guards in the league. This is not like a fluke type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So we got to start breaking that down at this point, you know. Luka had a 60-point game this month. Luka just passed James Worthy in the most 30-point games for a Lakers. And it took James Worthy 12 years to do it. Luka did it in a year and a half. He just passed Kobe Bryant in the most points in a single month. Kobe Bryant had 578 points in a month. Luka has 579. So when you sit here, you thinking about point guards and what will it look like 5-10 years from now. We just hold Magic Johnson there. We're going to hold Magic Johnson there. He got the 5 rings. First year in the league as a point guard, he was able to seal the deal by playing that game without Kareem, right? So we gotta until a point guard really at least get a couple championships. At least get a couple. You don't gotta get 5. You think you gotta get 5 to pass Magic?
No, you don't get 5.
You don't gotta get 5. I don't think you gotta get 5. You know what I mean? I think you just gotta. You might have, but you gotta get at least. You gotta get multiple. You gotta get multiple. You can't get one. You can't.
You think Tyrese will be creeping up there? Tyrese Halliburton?
For point guard?
Yeah, for his style of play. I don't know. Granted, he got injured, but if you seen a few more years,
I gotta see him after injury, bro. I know technology has changed, but I've seen Anthony Hardaway look like he was about to break that mold, and the injuries bit him.
Okay,
and then it changed him. Tyrese Halliburton. The difference between Tyrese and Anthony Hardaway is that the games are different. Anthony Hardaway is explosive. Tyrese Halliburton, doesn't need to be explosive to be effective, right? But this would but yeah, this is the difference in eras though, right? So like the 90s, 80s, it was more about players being raw, right? Like you ain't gonna mention Allen Iverson's footwork and all this type of stuff and skill set because he was just a raw player. He was just a player who was just raw. Like he can give you 30 with no footwork, right? Same thing with Anthony Hardaway. Here's a guy 6'7". He was a skilled player, but you don't have arguments. Was he one of the most skilled point guards? Now he was 6'7". He could handle the ball. He was just raw. He was just raw. Same thing goes for, and now my fault. Not same thing goes for when you think about now, like the players now, they're raw, but they're also skilled. They have skill trainers since they was like 10. So they're skilled now, right? So they don't need just their athleticism to flourish. They don't need the rawness of their raw abilities. Allen Iverson needed his raw ability to flourish. Anthony Hardaway needed his raw abilities to flourish. So Tyrese Halliburton has a chance, but he also has to do something too. It ain't going to cut the cheese averaging 17 points, brother.
You don't think so?
Nah, bro. I think he averaged 19, 21 points last year?
Yeah, but I'm
That ain't
saying,
going to be enough.
you don't think it was something like Wemby? Wemby's averaging 24 points,
That's
but
different.
he's about to be...
That's different.
How's that different?
He's 7'4". He's 7'4", and he can dribble the ball, shoot the ball. Last year, he was attempting 8 threes for a reason. This year, he's attempting 5. He's a specimen that we've never seen before. Tyrese Halliburton is a dime a dozen when it comes to height and length.
But he was able to, with his 17 points and style of play, he was able to bring the
I agree,
championship.
but he did.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
again though, there has been players who've done it. Luka has been to the finals and lost. Until Luka, so now Luka has to win something.
Now, how much does style of play matter though?
To what? In what regards?
To you're to be one of the greats. Like Tyrese style of play.
I don't like. All right, stop. That's a good question. Actually, that's really a good question. Because when you think of style of play, right? When you think of style of play, how much does it matter? Luka's style of play makes you feel or makes you think, yo, with 8 years in the league, or how long you been in the league now?
I want to say about 8, 9 years.
8 years in the league, 8 or 9 years in the league, we're already saying he's top 10 point guard of all time because of his style of play. His ability to shoot, create space, rebound, pass, he's already up there. We've never seen it before. We didn't see this happen. Style of play matters in that regards. If you're playing a style that we've never seen before, that matters. Russell Westbrook, he hasn't won anything, right? Not to say anything, but he hasn't won a championship. His style of play matters when it comes to rating him. So if we've never seen a player with his explosiveness and average a triple-double for 4 seasons, that puts you up there. Dame Lillard, his ability to shoot the basketball, his ability to score in various ways, that style of play matters. Tyrese Halliburton has a very skilled game, doesn't have a style of play that bumps him ahead or puts him in that top 5, top 7 guys. But what has to happen for him, accomplishments.
Oh, but he doesn't remind you of Steve Nash. No, the essence of Steve.
Yes.
Of Steve Nash. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I know who Steve Nash is. Does he remind you of Steve Nash? If you want to say that, yes, fine. That's fine. But notice I didn't name Steve Nash.
Okay.
So you can't be. So if you remind me of Steve Nash, you behind Steve Nash. Like, you behind him too at that point. Like, Steve Nash ain't winning either.
Yeah.
And his style of play was unique for his timing, right? Like being able to push the basketball, that fast pace that we haven't seen in that moment. The 2-time MVP, it was unique for that moment. Tyrese Halliburton had a moment.
Yeah.
He had a moment. Oh, who this kid? Oh, he nice. Oh, damn. Oh, he do the Reggie joint. Oh, all right. You know what I mean? So it's like he is if you don't have a eye-popping and or unique style of play, your accomplishments has to make you stand out. And at that point, he has to get an MVP. His team has to win. Like Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like Jalen Brunson, right? You like him?
Yeah.
I didn't name him.
No.
I'm not putting him at... Is he a better scorer than Steve Nash? Sure. Has he proved more than Steve Nash? No. It's just that simple, right? Steve Nash had the ability to make everyone around him better and make their life easier. Jalen Brunson don't do that. He gets his points, but everybody else on the Knicks is fighting for themselves. OG, I don't ever know what. OG, Cat, they getting their own buckets.
Yeah.
Steve Nash had Sean Marion looking crazy out there. Steve Nash Quentin Richardson. Steve Nash helped us remember Quentin Richardson.
Mm.
We wouldn't have remembered Quentin Richardson if it wasn't for his stint with the Suns. We wouldn't have remembered him. Not to this capacity. He made Amari Stoudemire's life a lot easier.
Yep.
So Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson was on that team. He made us recognize Joe Johnson. Who this dude hit corners and threes? Barbosa. Who this right here? Oh, they balling. They running. D'Antoni. He made us recognize the whole team. Brunson. Who you make you recognize? Who? Nobody. Right? So you got to look at it in that way when it comes to being a point guard. You got to stand out as a point guard to be the top point guards. John Stockton. Every hood wanted a John Stockton. We knew things about John Stockton. He's a John Stockton type player, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. Like, you want to be a top point guard, you got to stand out. John Stockton stood out with his ability to make good decisions and his durability, never missing games. So you got to respect it, man. The Clippers is the first team to come back from being down 15. The Clippers is the first team to come back to bounce back to above 500 after being down 15 games below 500. The Clippers, man. Here's the thing about the Clippers, bro. The Clippers, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect the Clippers. They had so many distractions this year. Bradley Beal, he's injured before it even started. This was supposed to be Chris Paul's farewell tour. He gets sent home in the middle of the season. James Harden balling, holding the Clippers down. Boom, he gets traded. Kawhi Leonard is having a career year averaging 28 points. But one of the things that people don't talk about when it comes to the Clippers is Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue, through it all, he didn't panic. He stayed down and it's showing. He did. The team could have easily lost more after all the things I just named. But they got some pieces in there. They start stepping it up. They start playing together. Now look at them, they winning, man. My man E said he about to become a Clippers fan.
Nah, never that, bro.
No Clippers fan for you, bro?
Never that, bro.
Like, what would it take for you to become a Clippers fan?
If they leave LA, I might consider becoming a Clippers fan.
Why is that though? Like so just to give y'all a backstory, my guy E, he from LA. I'm from Philly. And he got this strong hate towards the Clippers. For no reason though. They used to share like just being brainwashed. Like they used to share the same stadium, everything. Like literally when the Clippers play, they just cover the Lakers banners. When the Lakers play, they cover the Clippers banners. what it about the Clippers don't you like?
Bro, it's the Clippers, bro.
I mean, to me, I feel like, listen, I grew up in Philly. I didn't get a chance to see the Clippers a lot. So for me, when I did see them, I was excited. I like when they had Lamar Odom, Quentin Richardson, the Knuckleheads, Darius Miles. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I mean, they had good teams in the past.
Blake Griffin and
Lob City.
Lob City. You wasn't excited about that team? Jamal Crawford off the bench?
That's what I'm saying. They had good teams in the past, bro.
Bro.
But they were never better than the Lakers, bro.
I mean, they don't got to be better than the Lakers. Just because somebody not better than them, you got to dislike them.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm not gonna
like, you just be like, yo, I like the Lakers first, Clippers second.
Nah, I'm not supporting the Clippers, bro.
Dang, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Can't support them, bro.
What if they win a championship?
Nah, bro.
Listen, they got a championship player on their team that know how to win a championship.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, I just wanted to say his accomplishments because ultimately, right, we always had these debates. Is Kawhi Leonard a top 10 player? Now, here's my thing with Kawhi, and this is until this changes, and this can change over the next 4 or 5 years. He's been out a lot over his career, right? So it leaves less room for error. So most times he's playing, he's healthy, he's in his prime, versus when people play longer periods, they have more room for error. So there's going to be times where your teammates get injured. You ain't going to get past the next phase, or get to the next phase. I think about a guy like Kawhi Leonard. He's done a lot though. He's a two-time champion, right? He's a 2-time Finals MVP. He's a Defensive Player of the Year twice, 2015, 2016. He's been a 7-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA. He's been on 7 All-Defensive teams. All-Star, he was an All-Star Game MVP. He's been on the Rookie First Team. He's been the NBA Steals leader in 2015. He is also a top 75 player. And he's done all this since his rookie year. He was on an all rookie team. How long he's been a rookie team since 2012? So what, he's been in the league for 14 years? So he's been in the league for 14 years now. Right? He's done a lot. He has literally done a lot within 14 years. So is he a top 10 player of all time? The only thing that holds him back is the guys who are top 10 has just played more games, and we got to see more failures and them overcome those failures. But for me, top tier player, and I think he's a guy who might change my man E opinion. E might jump on the bandwagon. So how can we make a bet before we get off?
Yeah, what's the bet?
If the Clippers make it to the second round this season, can you wear a Clippers jersey?
If the Clippers make it to the second round this season, we'll go Western Conference Finals.
No, bro. No, that's a stretch. Let's do the second round. Are they even in the playoffs?
I think they're still in the play-in.
They still in the play-in?
Yeah, I can look it up though. Yeah, they're 8th.
Yeah.
They're tied with the Trailblazers.
They just played the Trailblazers tonight. The Trailblazers just beat them. Oh, no. Yeah, the Trailblazers just beat them.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's make that bet. You heard it here first. If the Clippers make it to the second round, my guy E got to walk around with he has to wear a Clippers jersey for a week. I get you 2 different Clippers jerseys, so you don't seem like you bumming it out here, man.
All right, that's a bet. If they make it to the second round, I'll wear a Clipper jersey for a week.
There we go. All right, before we wrap it up, man. Listen, guys. Just to piggyback off the Jaden Ivey thing, man. Just remember, guys. We all have our own opinions or our own beliefs. And I only say this because people have families. And I know people get influenced by stuff like this. I know people start, I'm about to go do the same thing tomorrow at work. Understand. When you're a professional, when you sign up to do a job, you sign up to abide by people's rules. It's not their fault if it's not your business, it's not your fault if people want to team up with other people, whatever the case may be, unless it's truly against what you stand for. And at that point, you do the same thing that Jaden Ivey's doing. Not to say he quit, but essentially, you know, bro, there's another form of quitting. You already know what's coming in with it. So just be mindful of your decision making, and be mindful of the things you wear. Make sure you go to goalsactivewear.com. Make sure you support the brand if you love what I'm saying here, man. Use code RealHoopers at checkout to receive 15% off all products, man. Appreciate the love. We were still fighting to get our Instagram back. So if you know a way we can get our Instagram back that was disabled at 40K followers or 43,000 followers, tap in, man. Just leave it in the comments. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.